Hello and welcome to F1 Now. In this video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 most impressive drivers so far in the 2025 season. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to start off by stating the obvious in that I'm not debating or stating who has been the best so far. No, this is more so which drivers have shown impressive race execution while also keeping in mind their respective teams' championship standings as well as their teammates. So looking back at the first half of the season, it's definitely been an amazing one with a lot of on-track action, but honestly not enough drama that we are used to from the old days of Hamilton versus Verstappen. But that doesn't matter, I guess, because even without drama there has been drivers who have left me and other F1 fans really impressed with how either they have switched up their game in the 25 season or how they have managed to prove their worth in F1 in reference to the rookies, of course. Now I'm going to start from number 5 and go straight down to 1. Now this may come as a surprise to some as to why Nico. So let me explain. Steak, Sauber, or whatever you want to call them, had a not so great pre-season test and start with a car that was severely lacking in performance. Most of their time was spent at the back of the field in both quali and the race. But what they were really competitive at was their pit stop times. Now, this must be noted considering last year they began the season with wheel nut issues that resulted in dreadful pit stop times. But all of this doesn't explain Hulkenberg's performance. I know, it wasn't until Spain when they had significant upgrades in the car that we truly saw a hint of what Hulkenberg is capable of. For about 4 straight races, Hulkenberg has had a performance that has had a dramatic change for Team Stake in the standings, with them now looking to challenge Williams for the 5th spot. For me, Hulkenberg has lately been putting up a performance that reminds me of the days of when Racing Points at the time would call him up and he would just get straight to business bringing it home. And the great thing is he not only has been able to break that podium streak, but also got a moment in the sun to show everyone and Audi why he has been chosen for the new project. Now another surprise name on this list, I know. So Hadjar had an extremely sorry start to the season with all that went down in Australia. With how Australia turned out for him as a rookie, we wouldn't have been surprised if that would have put a dent on his performance moving on. But strangely, it had the exact opposite effect on him because he has been on fire ever since, delivering banger after banger of performance in the races with multiple Q3 moments as well as points scored on pure pace and wit. And it doesn't end there. When Tsunoda was still in the team, he looked to be a great matchup for him because they would on occasions be close to one another on pace, which is pretty significant considering Yuki has been known to quietly destroy his teammates on pace in the Racing Bulls. Now, even with Yuki's departure to their main team, Hadjar has been able to maintain that level against Lawson, who was looked at as the one who might lead the team. And to cap it all off, he looks set to join the main team as early as next year. But again, I know some would have went with Antonelli, but the difference for me is that Antonelli is delivering the goods in a faster car. But what we can all agree on is that these rookies are a different breed, because gone are the days in which they drive up the bill with a crash in every other race, it seems. With more investments, a master strategist for a team principal, it was only a matter of time until Williams finds its way back into point scoring ways in a competitive car. And with that, we saw a rise in pace from Albon, partly from his understanding of the inherent characteristics of the car and the introduction of the Spanish hot chili pepper. Now, although Sainz hasn't really been up to speed, it's only a matter of time until he catches up. So Albon has made good use of that time to not only solidify his position in the team as a leader, but to also carry the team on its way into being the midfield leader. And it hasn't been totally easy. There's been lows and some memorable highs, and right now Albon's championship position as well as the team's sets the stage for an even better second half of the season, with Stake joining in the fight with the Racing Bulls for who will end the season as the top midfield team. So keep a lookout, because right there at the back in the fight for the last points positions is where you see the most competitive racing as well as bold strategies compared to the known leaders in the front. Now, the RB21 has proven itself as a spiteful wild horse, which impressively and unsurprisingly Verstappen has not only managed to tame but also win in a season which is looking more like it will be dominated by Mercedes engined cars. Despite the outside noise and unpredictable car, Max has made the difference and kept the team in the conversation for as long as he could in the 2025 season. Now, I say for as long as he could because from Austria it has looked like he found his limits this year with the available tools, and his mind has shifted to a better next year, and so the second half of the season could see him and the team get outpaced and outgunned. And will that be the reason for him parting ways with the team that has given and made him all that he is? Will be answered in the distant future. With McLaren establishing itself as a top dog this year with an MCL that is occasionally a step above the rest, you would have expected Lando, who has had years in the team, to hit the ground running and win the championship, but Piastri has been the big but in that sentence. The Aussie boy has come alive in a championship winning car, matching Lando pound for pound with every blow as the rounds keep coming. And as we are now in the middle, it's impressive that Piastri's performance has made a challenge that could be decided in Abu Dhabi. And even crazier is the fact that he is leading in this battle that will be decided between the two McLaren drivers. And my wild take is that he will win the championship, primarily because he doesn't seem to have that win only when the mindset is right outlook that hinders Lando sometimes. But do I think he is a better driver than Lando? No. A confident Lando is capable of way more. It's just that he comes and goes as he pleases. Now, after having mentioned my top 5 most impressive drivers so far this season, I'm curious to hear from you guys about who is your top 5 in the comments. And remember, we are not debating who is the best. So with that, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Once again, thank you and bye for now.